The first session will be kind of I session, okay, where I will be teaching you some basic concepts of HTML and CSS, and after that we will be together doing the Nike homepage. So hi guys, welcome to the bootcamp, and today we will be cloning Nike homepage, the front end part, not the functionality. We will focus on the front end part and the designing aspect of that. For that, first we will have to learn HTML CSS, the basics of HTML CSS, and that we will be using while building this Nike homepage. So I hope everyone is here. It's 1 minute to go. Talking about the agenda, whatever we are going to learn. So first we will learn how, like, intro to web development. What is web development? What are the different components of web development? How a simple homepage, a simple page that you are going to build can be built in to fully functional. Second, after that we will be learning HTML, basics of HTML, some different tags that we will be using while doing our practical session. And after that we will be learning to CSS, some box model and flexbox techniques of styling. And after that, completing these 6 points, after that we will jump into cloning in Nike. Okay, so how many components are there based on your knowledge? Some of you might know this, might heard about these technologies. So basically web development comprises of 3 core concepts, 3 core tools, that is called HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So tell me guys, like, can you give me a simple example of your real life that resembles these 3 things? Anyone? HTML is skeleton, that's great. Anything else? CSS is body mass, that's great. Anyone else? JavaScript is a mind, great. So let's consider this example. As you see this image, consider yourself as a web page. Okay, so if I remove your skin and your organs, don't take it practically, I'm not going to do that. If I remove that your organs and skins and your brain, what is left inside your body? What is that left? What is that thing that is left? A skeleton. So consider that skeleton as your HTML. That gives a structure, that gives a frame. Okay, everything that will be, every part of the web page that will be built over that. We will apply CSS, we will apply JavaScript over HTML, over that skeleton that we build using that HTML. So now the skeleton part is ready. After that, if we apply the CSS, the organs and the skin, so how does the body will look like? Somewhat similar like this. This thing you might be seeing. Somewhat like this. Just know something. HST, can you confirm I'm audible? Okay. So please respond, guys. Make it a little interactive. So basically, okay, thanks. So once you apply your CSS, your body will look like this. Will this body function without your brain? Will this body function without your brain? No. Right. So what is that brain? Is your JavaScript. So suppose you have created a basic framework, you apply CSS over that, and for functioning of that you have to apply JavaScript. So did you understand what is HTML, CSS and JavaScript from a real life point of view? not technical, real life point of view. Did you understand? Did you get it? Like what is HTML, what is CSS, what is JavaScript? Okay, great. So today we will not be focusing on the brain part. Okay, so we'll be making HTML and CSS part only. That is your front end part. JavaScript also a part of front end. We will be focusing on the UI part only. Okay. So how many know about the history of HTML? What is the full form of HTML? You might have studied in your class 12 or somewhere. Hypertext markup language. So it was invented in 1991 by Sir Tim Berners-Lee. Okay. So one thing that some of you might get confused, that HTML is a programming language. HTML is not a programming language. It is a language. It is not a programming language. So suppose I will tell you like do like a plus b something, a plus b something. So can you do using HTML? You cannot do using HTML. But in other languages like JavaScript, Java, and this thing you can do. Okay, so basically don't consider HTML as a programming language. Okay, it is a kind of a scripting language which is used to design the framework of a website. This much is clear? Yes, no, something? Okay, great. So now let's jump into little bit of practical things. So is my VS Code visible? Okay, great. So first thing first, okay. There is a basic structure. There basic initially before starting HTML or HTML thing. There's a basic structure. First thing, your file name. Your file name will always have an extension of .html. Your file name will always has a extension of that .html. Okay. So why this .html is given? Can we write it without HTML? Your browser, once your browser runs this file, you should know that this is a HTML file. Okay, once he knows that yeah, this is a HTML file, we have to execute it in a particular manner. Okay, so basically if you see, don't worry about these things. This is a basic structure of your HTML file. What all things you need you see here? Tell me one by one. Don't do it right now. Okay. First understand what is HTML and CSS. In the second portion of our lecture, we'll be doing together. Not right now. Just focus on what I'm telling you. Okay. So first thing, your HTML. First tag is HTML. Did you see that everything inside this, everything that is, every tag that is there is inside your HTML? Inside the tag. So if I remove it, this is your HTML. Everything that you write, every tag that is that will be written in your HTML file will be written inside this HTML tag. Okay. Now let's put it there. And second tag, what is the second tag is there? Head. What all tags is there? Head is there. One is body is there. And title is there. Head, body, and title is there. So suppose if I comment it, if I remove it, and if I open this file, for opening this file, you can do one thing. Copy the path from here Go to your browser. Let me open a new browser. Go to your browser, just paste it here. Did you see something that we have written on the page? Did you see something that is written on your HTML page? Is this something like a notepad or something that we are writing? It is visible on the web page. So is this our HTML? We can write it in notepad also. So that is not the way to write HTML file. So basically, HTML provides you some tags that are used to write your HTML page. So first thing first, if I change this document to bootcamp, and if I refresh it, where did it change? Did you see any change in the page here? Why didn't it appear at this point? See, the bootcamp is here. Did you see the bootcamp appearing here? If I write someone's name, so whose name gonna be there? Suman. If I refresh it, did you see Suman somewhere? Yes, no, something. Sumant is there on the tab, right? So basically, what does it tell you? So whatever thing, now if I write something inside body, hey, welcome to bootcamp. If I refresh it, did you see something? If I write something inside title, that is inside your head, it will appear on the top of the tab. But if I write something inside body, that will appear on the page, on your main page. So what does it tell you? That means if you want to write something, anything, if you want to design something, everything will go inside your body, right? Everything, whatever thing you want to design, whatever paragraph you want to write or an image you want to put there, everything that you want that should be displayed on the web page should go where? Within which tag? It should go within which tag? Body tag, right? Everything will be inside body tag only. So are you seeing something like head is written 2 times? What? Why? One head is here and another head is here. So basically every tag in JavaScript, if it is opening, then it should close. If it is opening, it should close. If I write like title here, so if it is opening, it should close, and everything that will be you want to write it here will be between these tags only, between opening and closing. It is like a container. Okay, once you open it, you have to close it. Okay, so we will be learning few tags one by one. So first tag will be learning a p tag. That is your paragraph tag. That is your paragraph tag. Same thing applies here also. If it is opening, you have to close it. You cannot leave it like this. Okay. So whatever things you write here, hey, welcome to boot camp. So it should be visible here in a paragraph. So these are basically used to write if there is a paragraph, it can have multiple lines. Suppose if I write something like 30 words, do not worry, what is this? If I write some 30-40 words, everything will be appearing here. So this is used to write a paragraph or a single line or something text you have on your web page. You can use this tag. Okay, we will get into CSS, not now. Okay, do not worry, do not worry. We will go into CSS, but for now, focus what I am telling. So the second tag, we have our heading tag. Heading tag basically in HTML, we have HTML has provided you at least 6 heading tags. Okay, that has different sizes. You will see. So first one is H1. If I write H, you can see that H1, H2, H3, H4, and H5 and H6 is there. So if I write H1, same thing here. If it is opening, you have to close it. Okay. So if I write welcome to Masai school, if I save it and if I reload it, did you see something, some difference between P tag and HTML heading tag? What is the difference? Size difference, the boldness of the bold, it is bold. The meaning of heading, suppose when you are in your class, when you are in your school days, you used to give heading at the top of your notebook in bold and capital letters or somewhat the big letters. The same thing that the heading tag does. So it has different if it has different sizes. So if I copy paste this thing and if I go for H2 and if I reload it, did you see the similar way HTML provides basically 6 heading tags, that is H3, the other one is H4 and is H5 and last one is your H6. So tell me guys, see which one is the smallest one? H6, right? So these heading tags will be used for uh, putting headings of different sizes. These are not fixed by default. HTML provides with some CSS, some style properties, that is a default what you say text size and default boldness, everything. But still, if you want to change, you can change it using CSS. That is not fixed. Okay. So another tag we are going to learn is your image tag. So if I write image tag, basically it is not a complete img. Did you see, notice something? Even if I writing image tag, I'm not closing it. Should I close it? So there are few tags in HTML that are self-closing. That means it has opening tag and you can close it at the end. Okay. So basically image tag, for image tag you can use img. So if I write it again, do not focus on this right now. I have written the image tag. So is there any image visible on the web page? No. So do you think that something is required here? So now a different concept comes. That is our closing HTML tag is over. That is our HTML attributes. So basically, there are few. Have you seen your mobile phone? Your mobile phone have different components inside it, like your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, or you say your what you say USB port, micro SD. The same way, that is not compulsory for your mobile to run. Okay, the USB port is not, even your USB port is not there, your mobile will be running. Even if your micro SD is not there, your mobile will be running. In the same way, the attributes are and some add-ons to your HTML tags. Even it is not there, it will not give you any error. Even it is not there, it will not give you any error. But you have to give, in order to like modify it, in order to make it better. There are some attributes, and one of the attribute for image tag is src. What do you understand by src? Like anything that comes to your mind, first you understand the src thing. Source. Yes, Sumant. Attributes are something that is add-on. Okay, so basically even if I don't provide this src tag, it will work, it will not give me any error. Okay, but still, in order to make it fully functional or make it modify it somehow, we have to add this src, and there are few more attributes that we can add in the same way manner that your mobile is there. Okay, your mobile has a sd card slot, your mobile has a sim card slot, your mobile has a bluetooth there. Okay, even if your bluetooth is not present in your mobile will be working. Even if your sd card slot is not there, it will be uh, I mean, don't worry, you don't have to record. Recording will be provided. We are recording it. Okay, so even these components are not there, your mobile will be working. Same way the attribute is there. Okay, even these attributes are not present, it will be working, completely working. There will be no issues. So what do you think that will go inside the source? Source means what? Somewhat source. Have you heard about this thing like source of a river, where it is coming from, right? You have to give a path to that place. So basically, if we go there, the search for image and nature or whatever image you want. If I click on any image, click on the copy image address and just paste it here. Oh, the address is quite large. I was not expecting it. Make it little small. Open the image in new tab. Yeah, now this is great. Now paste it here. Now if I go to our page, if I refresh it, did you see the image? Yes. So basically, what is the source? Source means address to that image. So basically, I have put on address from somewhere from the internet that is available on the internet. You can also provide address from your local computer as well. Okay. So this image tag, everyone got it? Now, if I tell you like put an image on your website, you will be able to do it, right? Now, our next tag will be first thing first. Have you ever done some payment or something? Payment or something? What all things there you see? Some input or something? If I open something, let's open Gmail, not Gmail. What is there? Anything? That's Facebook. Let's open Facebook. Did you see this input boxes? So basically, so HTML provides you with this input tag. And what is the tag syntax for that? Simple, input. Do not worry about this type and all those things. It is also a self-closing tag. I'm not closing it. I'm closing it. It is self-closing. I'm not repeating the tag again to close it. It is also a self-closing tag. So if you go there on your page, if I refresh it, so where it went? Did you see the input box? I can write it anything there. Are you able to see it? The input box? Even if you write number or something, anything else. Okay. So basically, now comes what is that thing that called that modifies your tag, that enhance your tag? Attributes, right? So basically, we have few attributes for our input tag. That is your type. That is called type. So if I type, so here you can give whatever you want to accept from the user. Suppose if I give a number, okay. If I refresh my page, if I go there, if I want to type a text, it will not allow me to type. But if I type a number, it will allow me to type. See, the same thing you can do a text. If I refresh the page again, now I can type a text as well. Similar thing is there. Even password is there. You might have seen if you go to Facebook again. If I type something here, is it visible to you? What I'm typing? No. What is that? What I am entering here? My password, right? So in input tag, there's an attribute type called password. If you save it and if you reload it, and if I type something now, see, nothing is visible to you. Now you can make an input form. Now you know how things work on real website. Why you are not able to see the password? Because the type there was password. Got it? Input tag is clear. There are also a lot of things available, like email is there, everything is there. Lots of things are there. If you go to type, let's type again. I will show you how what all things. See, button is there, checkbox is there, date is there, file is there, image is there, time is there. There are lots of things you might have seen in a real website. Okay, so if you want to accept number, you can give attribute type as number. If you want to accept password, you can give type as password, and all those things. There's one more thing written there. Let the password be here. Did you see some text here? If I remove this, did you see some text already written inside that input tag? What is that text? Password in blur type, blurred a little bit. So there is one more attribute that comes with input tag, that is your placeholder. Whatever type you type on the placeholder, it will be visible to the user once he not start typing. Once he starts typing, it will disappear. You can, as you can see, password on the password is visible in our text box. Once I start typing, it will disappear. That is provided to give user information like what thing your input box is asking for. Okay, like see your email and address, phone number, it is asking for. Second input box is asking for your password. In the same way, you can give user information that what all things this input box is expecting you to enter. Okay. So that thing you can place it inside a placeholder. Okay. Now input box is clear. There are few more attributes. Just focus on these two only for currently. Okay. So input box is okay. Now comes, if you see, go to Facebook. What is this thing? Login. Button. There's a button. So one Raj asked, sir, you once wrote a password and once wrote so HTML is not case sensitive. I will tell you one thing. So let's see, check here. If I write capital P, it automatically changes. I don't know why, but that's my extension because of extension. But even if you write capital P, it will be working. Okay. Even if you write in a capital letter, it will be working totally fine. Because your HTML is not case sensitive. Got it? Even if I write capital password, see, if I refresh it, it is still working. Okay, so one more thing you have to do. Just give me a minute, guys. Yeah. So another tag is there. No, HTML is not case sensitive. One more tag, what I was talking about, button. So the next HTML tag is our button. Tag is pretty simple. Same thing, button. It will open. It is not a self-closing tag. It will open and it will close. Whatever text you want to, what is text written inside it? Login. So if I write login between this button, and if I reload it, did you see some a button on our web page with text inside login? Do not worry. Do not worry about the design part. Okay. So that is once we enter CSS, you will be able to see it. Okay. So login button is there. The same thing, nothing is there. Okay. If you want to write something else like submit the form, and if you reload the page, it will be visible. Submit the form. That's it. Now, button part is clear. If someone tells you to make a button on your web page, you can make it. Simple button tag is button. It will open and it will close, and whatever text you want to enter, it will go between those two tags. So button, simple, the tag for button is button. Once it will open, it will close as well. It is not a self-closing tag. And whatever text you want to enter, it will go between those two tags. Position button, how to decide position of button. Do not worry, by default it will appear here. Position thing, that is a part of CSS. See, this is not consider. I'm preparing the skeleton only. I have not entered the skin part. I have not entered the designing part. Okay, so it is just like a skeleton, right? So button part is clear. So now there is one more tag that is called select. So these are attributes that you can use it later. Select tag. So if I save it, when I want to place button below the password, then how to, that is a part of CSS. We will come to that. Don't worry. Did you see something beside your button? A select tag. So let's go somewhere. I think boot camp. Masai school. There was some to go to register. There's no option. Have you seen a drop down kind of thing somewhere that gives you an option to select? So select tag gives you an option to select. Basically, inside select tag, you will provide what of things you will need to provide to a user. Option. You need to provide on user an option with option, right? Yes, no, something. Right. So if you provide option, and suppose if I want to provide option, like suppose you want to buy a Ferrari. If I save it, did you see Ferrari as an option? So is there only one option? There should be multiple options, right? Ferrari, which car you like or you want to buy someday? Porsche, Jaguar, did you see the option Ferrari, Porsche, whatever thing I can select here? There is one more option that you might see on the website that is shown by default, that is select. This is what somewhat look like. Don't go for designing part. Okay, just focus on the skeleton part only. This is what it looks like. Select it. It will a box will appear, and out of that box you might select some of the one of the options. So this is the function of a select tag. First select tag, if I remove it, it will give you an option to select only. But in order to provide users an option, you have to use another tag that is called option tag. And if you give that option tag, the select tag will show you different options that user will be able to see and select it. If you select Ferrari, if you select Porsche, it will be reflected here. The select tag is understood for options. Got the select tag? Simple select tag. Simple select tag is there. Options, you have to provide what all options you want user to select from. Simple, it's pretty simple. Nothing tough. Got it? Now let's come. That is called a box model, kind of box something. So that is part of div. Okay, or we can place below. Oh, yeah, of course you can. Uh, Now we will enter to CSS. The HTML part, the basic tags. These are the basic tags that are generally used. Okay, there are hundreds of tags. Okay, there are hundreds of tags out there. If you see on the official document, there are hundreds of tags out there. Okay, these are the most important tags that you will be using generally, like on daily basis. Right, the button image, the heading, the paragraph, and select tags and all that. So our skeleton is ready. Look, Abhishek, sir, how will we remember those things? So for that, do not worry. There's nothing to remember in this. Once you start using it, you will get used to the most important tags. Okay, like this select tags, input tags. It will fit in your mind once you start using it. There are few tags that are like what you say that are not generally used. People tend to forget that, but no one is stopping you to refer the documentation. Okay, no one is stopping you to refer the documentation. So if you go, there is the official documentation of Mozilla, HTML, MDM, developer.mozilla. If you open that, you can find like hundreds or I think more than 100 tags are there. I'm sending the link, keep it with you in case if you want to refer in future. So in case you forget something, search it here. It will search it here. It will give you everything is available here in detail. So do not worry. Even if you forget something, forget a tag, it is not a big issue. Do not worry. Even I tend to forget some tags that are not generally used. So for that, you might have to refer the official documentation. So our HTML portion is ready. That means our skeleton is ready. So what is left with us? Is my web page, is our web page looking good? Is our web page looking good or not? Looking like some kid has designed that thing, right? So our HTML attribute parts I have told you. Some attributes will come later point. So basically, what is CSS? Anyone know the full form of CSS? I have not written here, but anyone have some research before coming to the bootcamp? What is HTML? What is it called? Correct, Vishwavik? Anyone else? We know that's correct. Shiv Krishna, that's correct. Ayush, correct. So lots of guys have researched about it. Okay, it's cascading style sheet. Cascading style sheet. So basically, it gives beauty to your web page. Okay. So basically, some of you were asking that, sir, how will I change the color of the text? Sir, how will I increase the font size of the text? How will I give the background color? So these all facilities is provided to you by CSS, that is cascading style sheet. Okay, so there are a few, there are various ways to write CSS. Okay, so one thing is your inline CSS. Inline CSS in normal term, if I tell you like inline CSS, what you understand by inline? Inline, inline CSS. Suppose this is my B time. Within the lines, inline. So I want to change the color of my P tag. Color, if you want to give red, and if I save it, did you see my P tag got changed? The color of my P tag got changed. And if I want to change the color of this H1, suppose create a style called color, and which color do you want to change? Which is your favorite color? Blue. Let's convert it to blue. Is it looking blue? Convert someone saying green. Let's convert it to green. Color as green. So this is the way of giving a styling within the line of the tag. Okay, so basically this, what is this way called? What is this way of giving styling is called? Which type of CSS? Inline CSS. Right. So basically this is not preferred to follow. This way is okay, but this is not preferred follow, because if it is little difficult to manage things when it comes, when some bugs come, or if you want to change something, it becomes a little difficult to manage. Okay, so there's one more thing, there's one more way to giving a style, that is your writing a style tag here. But the problem is that here we were writing whatever style we wanted to write inside p tag. So our style tag knew that we want to change the color of this p tag. So how will our syntax, the CSS will recognize that which p tag or which tag do we want to create, which tag do we want to change? Is there something with us? Any attribute? Yeah, right. So there. So basically, we can give our tag some identifier like class and ID. Okay. So suppose I name someone like Sukhdev. So how people know you that you are Sukhdev? You by your name. You have something as an identifier, right? So basically, there are two identifiers that you can give. So first one is your class, and second one is your ID. So basically, what is the difference between class and ID? So I told like Sukhdev, Sukhdev. So Sukhdev, is your name unique? Suppose you are in a classroom. Okay, you are sitting in a classroom, and someone called you, Sukhdev, please come. So who will come? You will go, right? Why? Because your name is unique, right? Yes, know something? Yes. So basically, if you encounter something that should be unique, that no one should be a copy of that thing, it should be unique, totally unique. So for that case, you will give attribute as an ID. But if someone calls you that, suppose you are in class 12th, suppose principal tells that class 12th come out, so everyone will go out, right? Everyone will rush out because principal had called. So basically, if there is something that multiple people are relating to or are known for that, so in that case, use class. Okay. So I will tell you how to do that. Suppose here I will give an ID. Okay. The syntax is simple. But if in class there are two Sukhdev, there might be Sukhdev 1 and Sukhdev 2, who might be given by your class teacher or someone, different identifier. That is exception. Understand with a simple example. Okay. Don't go into exceptions. So suppose if I give a ID as red. So how will you write? The syntax is pretty simple. Write a red. The class name. The class name goes with a dot operator. Okay. But here we have given ID, and ID goes with a hashtag. So basically, if you write red, give curly braces. Now, if I give color as red, so this color has changed, right? How this color has changed? Why? When our HTML encountered this p tag, it encountered there is an ID red. Okay, so it will find something ID as red inside our style, right? So once it finds that ID is defined inside our style and its color it is red, it will give it as red. Classes and ID are identifiers as kind of identifiers. So initially we were giving our style as inline, like suppose the style is there, we were giving color as red. Now this when we were giving style here, our HTML would not have to do like hard work to find out which HTML tag I am telling to give red color, because I am giving inline. That means I am telling to make this tag only red color, right? Yes, no, in case of inline style, right? So, but suppose if I remove this and if I start giving style in a separate style tag that is defined inside our head tag, so how will our HTML know that we want to refer to this particular p tag? For that, we need some identifier, some name, something. So basically, your HTML provides you two different identifiers like ID and classes. Classes are given for those things which have multiple things. Understood? Which have multiple things there. One, suppose I will tell you with an example, then you will better understand. Okay. Suppose I want to change the color of this p tag only. Okay. And this is suppose you want to keep it unique. Okay. Or let it not be p tag. Let the heading be there. Okay. Oh, sorry. Get ID as red. Okay. Now I want to keep this heading as red, but I want to put all the other headings as green. Okay. So for green, we will give a class as green. Color green. So what I will do, class green. Did you see something that every tag which has been given class green has converted to green. So if you want to use, suppose this red ID and class, understand the difference. If you want to use it only once, if you want to use it only once for a unique thing, then in that case you should give it as an ID. But if you want to give it, use it like multiple times for multiple tags, then give it as a class name. So I wanted to use it, color this h1 tag at as red, and it should be unique. So I gave it as an ID. But I want every uh, what you say every other tag as green. So I gave it as a class. ID will also work here. No worries. But do you understand like writing ID for every tag will be easy? So see, 3 lines of code. So 3 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 into 15 lines of code you will be written. Right? Yeah, correct, Ayush. That's correct. In general terms, that is the meaning. So this thing is clear, right? So basically, now you understood that how to call something and how to uh, give an ID or give a class name and give a style property to that. Now, there is one more thing. If you go somewhere on the Masai website, let's maximize it. To maximize it. So as a developer, when you see it, can we divide it in simple boxes? Like this, suppose this can be a one box, and this can be another box, right? And inside that box, there can be another boxes. Suppose this can be in one box, this can be another box, this can be one box, and this can be another box. That will be easy to maintain. This can be a one box. This also can be your one box, right? So as a developer, you can divide it the portions. This is how web pages are made. Okay, these are not made in one go. Like uh, these are different components, different boxes that are arranged in a particular manner. So basically, if you go to our HTML page, let's make it here. Where is our store? Let it little bit. Now, if you go to our HTML page, so let me comment it, comment everything so that it will not become messy for you guys. Just a minute. So image, remove everything for now. If I save it, like everything is gone. So you guys might be asking like how to comment things, right? So this is the syntax of something. This is the syntax of a comment. So what does comment look like? This is what it looks like. This is the syntax. Whatever you write between these two things will not be visible on your web page. This will not be visible on your web page. So there's one more tag here mentioned. Like suppose why this comment are used? Why this comment are used? What is the use of these comments? Suppose you are writing like thousands lines of code, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 lines of code, and if you are not the alone in company that is working on that code. Okay, so suppose a different a new employee comes in or new project or your teammate comes in your project. Okay, and he start looking at your code. So there should be something that indicates him like what this code line of code is doing. Exactly, I use for giving instructions. Exactly, Rishabh, like understanding the code by other people, right? So basically, so that is for commenting. Okay, there's a shortcut for control plus. If you press this thing, select it and press control plus this thing, and it will comment it. Now we were talking about box. Okay, so basically for box, a tag is used called div. If you expand div in your mind, what is the word comes to your mind? A div. What is that word comes to your mind? Division, divide. The same way we were dividing the web page, right? So this is a kind of division. What you write, you can create a division and you can write create a box out of it or something like that. So let's give it an ID as our box. Suppose this is our box. Okay, so for ID, what is the first thing I need to write here? For ID, dot or hash? For ID, it should be hash, and for class, it should be dot. First a dot, right? And if I want to suppose there is a box. Suppose there is a box here. Suppose there is a just a minute. Suppose there is a box here. Oh, what is it removing? Oh, okay. Let it be. Let's see here. Okay. Suppose there is a box here. I hope you will see. So, what is the property of you can see here? What is that property? Consider it as a rectangle, a square, something. What are the two properties of a rectangle or a square? Height, width, correct, Abhishek. Vishwa, correct. Height and width, right? For a square, height and width will be same, right? So basically, if you so what all things we need to give? Height for like give it like 400 pixel. Width we will give like 400 pixel. Let's make it a square. ID, what was the name of the ID? Box. I have not given the box. ID is box. Is it visible on your web page? We have given the height and width, but is it visible? No. Why? So the reason is that it's we don't have given any differentiating color. So there is a property called border, 1 pixel solid red. If I save it, is it visible now? Yes. So there is a property called border. So tell me like what this 1 pixel is doing. if I change it to 4 pixel, do you see any difference? It's more makes the border a little thinner or thicker. That is a property of border. So keep it 1 pixel. There are more properties like dashed. If I save it dashed, see the border becomes dashed. What kind of border you want, that is defined by this middle thing, this solid or dashed, whatever you want to give. There's no sequence. You can mention it red first, okay. And the color you want to give it. Suppose I want to give teal. Now it converted to teal, right? So box thing you understood. This is our box. So as you saw in the original website, there were a few things that were many boxes that were inside other box, right? Those were inside other box, one box inside other box. So can we give like this? Take suppose class as box one, let it give box one, and suppose give it another box class as box. Why I have given the same class? Because I want to make the two boxes look similar, right? So tell me one thing, for class what should I write, dot or hash? Dot. Box one, I want to make this box inside this box. So what height should be given? Height can be 100%. Height was 400. I want to make my box look like this. Why it is happening, man? In vertical manner. So height will be same, right? 400 pixel, 8 pixel. And what will be the width? 200 pixel, right? So should we give a border to it as well? Border like 1 pixel solid. Which color do you want? Blue? This box is here. Our box is here. But is it inside our box, outer box? Is it inside our outer box? So remember one thing, there is a tendency of div tag. If you declare a div, after a div, if you declare a div, it will automatically come to a new line. So see, this box is a new line, div, and it will automatically come below that box. So there is a property called flex. Okay, whenever you want something to be horizontal, a box to be horizontal in a horizontal manner, one after another, there is a property called display flex. So if I save it, see the box is went inside, the box went inside. Yes, no, something. Yes. So basically flex does what flex does. Flex has property, it can, it not only for making it horizontal. Okay, there is a called flex direction. Flex direction, you can say row, by default it is row. And if I give it like column, see, it went like this, one after other, below other. But by default, it is row. So it will appear one after another. There's one more thing I want to teach you. Suppose there's one more method of accessing this. Suppose I don't give class to this, but I want to give property to this div. So how can I give it? So did you understand like parent-children relationship? This is the parent of these two divs, right? Yes, no something. We can consider that this outer div is the parent of these two divs. So one thing you can do, we can declare our parent as box, and that parent, which children you want to access, our div, right? And we can give the same color, same property. Okay. And if you save it, is it visible? Without giving class anything, we access it. There are more, but do not worry for now. If you want to access something inside a div that is considered inside a parent tag, just call that parent first. Then out of that parent, which property you want to access, which tag you want to access. Even if you, instead of tag, you can give ID, you can give class, whatever you want to give. Okay. Now there's one more thing. Suppose this box looks like concatenated to each other, right? We want to give some space between them. So can you give something like a kind of percentage thing? Height we can give like say height should be 100%. Width can be 50%. So basically, width is 50%. I want to give a spacing between these two boxes. So there is a property called margin. There's a property called margin. Okay. So basically, if you give margin as like 20 pixel, see what happens. Oh. Did you see something? This box moved from the top. So in order to make it more visible, let's give margin to this to be more visible. Did you see something? It applied margin on all the sides. Px means pixel. Your screen size is measured in pixel. Okay, so it applied margin on the all the sides. Okay, so there's one more property called padding. If you give padding of 20 pixel, and if you let's give border. So basically padding will not be visible here. I will tell you what padding is. So basically, suppose in margin, I don't want to give margin on the top and bottom. There's a sequence, okay. So there's a sequence called first I'm writing in text, do not think, top, then comes right, then comes bottom, and then comes left. That is the sequence of giving margin. Suppose on the top I don't want to give margin, so I will give 0. On the right hand side I want to give margin of 20 pixel. And on the bottom side also I don't want to give any margin, 0. And on the left hand side also I don't want to give any margin. If I save it, see, both on the right hand side the margin is there, but on the left hand side top and bottom there is no margin. So this thing will be clear when we'll be doing. Okay, so for now if I go back to our slide, so this is the structure of our what do you say, that is called that is a term called CSS box model. So this is your content. Let me annotate it. This is your main content. Okay, suppose this is your house. Suppose this is your house, and this is, suppose you have given a padding, means suppose this is your garden. The border is this thing. It may not be in that thick. Border can be 1 pixel, 2 pixel, 3 pixel, whatever thickness you will give. And another thing will be your margin. It will break will be there in just 1 minute. Don't worry. So tell me one thing, guys. Out of this house, garden, and border and margin, which all things belongs to you? Which is your property? House and garden? Yes, no? Content. Garden is not your property. Don't donate your garden. So basically, if you house and garden, right? So basically, if you give padding, that will come inside that box. That will be your property. If you give border, the border will be applied after the padding. Okay. So if you consider, it's clear. And if you consider your house, so see, if it is your house, and suppose what I was telling, so this is your house, okay, and this was your garden, so this is your padding. Okay, this is your padding, and this was your border. This fencing, this is your border, and suppose after that fencing there is a road. Okay, after that fencing there is a road, that is your margin. Do not worry, everything will be cleared once we start live coding. Okay, so this was the thing, the basic concepts which I wanted to tell you. So everyone, open your VS Code and give me a confirmation once the VS Code is open. And one more thing, create a index.html file. That is all I want. Everyone done? Yes, know something? So you guys will be doing along with me. Okay. So do not worry, even if you're stuck at some point, I will keep on sharing the code in between. Okay. So you can refer that. Please do not copy, refer it. Otherwise, we will not be learning. So one thing which you want to make, what is that thing we are going to make? What is the thing? What is our agenda for today? Nike.com. If you open it, did you see the page? Is my screen visible? The Nike page. So think from a developer point of view. Okay, think from a developer point of view. And so let us divide it into different components. Our boxes. So let's start. So this will be our first box, the complete. Yes, no something, right? Second box will be this one. Third box will be this one, right? So basically, later on, I will tell you what all boxes do we need. First, focus on the navbar part. Okay. So this navbar has three portions. Okay. First, second, and third portions. Okay. So inside that navbar also there are sub boxes that will also be a part of our design. We'll divide that also. Okay. Inside this, there is only one box. We will not be creating the sliding. Okay. So it will be a static part. So how to divide is clear. How to divide the components, box, then after box, inside boxes. Think from a developer perspective. Okay. So first thing first, let's clear it. Otherwise, I can create disturbance. Now, first thing first, our template should be ready. There is a shortcut in your VS Code. If you enter this exclamation mark, and if you hit enter, it will give you the template. So everyone ready with the template, this template. Once you are ready, give me a confirmation. VS Code open. The template should be ready. Everyone, I see only one yes. Two. Everyone, are you guys sleeping? Yes, sir. So basically, if you put on exclamation mark, hit enter, it will give you a template. I am sending the template inside the chat box. Just if you are not able to do that, just copy paste from there. I hope everyone got the template. Copy paste in your file. Done. Now my Nike page should be ready. So should I remove this title document and put Nike there? You don't have to install it. You don't have just make an index.html file inside your VS Code and the copy paste the template which I have sent to you in the chat. It is not copy pasting. I think it should be. I can copy paste. Click, select it, right click, and then copy paste. Now tell me, our Nike page is visible. Title is done. Okay. So basically, if you are not able to write the template, just write this HTML. Inside this, write the head. Inside this, write this title. And after head, write body. That's it. I'm commenting it so that you can refer it. Okay. If you are not able to copy paste this thing, just write this much. That's it. So tell me, guys, what was the first component? How many parts was there? Our neighbor. One part, two part, and three part. So first we will focus on the first part. So for that we will have to create a box, a div, right? Keep on commenting that Navbar, give it a part as one. Okay, give it a unique ID as an identifier called, you can give whatever you want, but give it something relevant, Navbar one. And inside that navbar, what was that thing available here? This is an image, a logo or image, same thing. This is an image, right? Yes, no, something. This man is standing with a football. So what was the tag that we learned for image? IMG. And in the source, can you find an image from Google? Let's say Nike logo. Let's see, get it or not. Yeah, exactly similar. We got it. Open image in new tab. Uh, Copy image address and just paste it inside the file source, right? Now what is the next thing in our Nike page? Second box, this text. Yes, no, something. Links, there's another box, right? There's another box. Give it an ID as links. Okay, so basically one tag I forgot to tell you. Have you seen some on the website? If you go here, you can see that this is clickable. We can click it, right? So what is that? What is this? A link? There's no something. I will share the logo with you to see the chat box. Go to the everyone in the meeting and share it. So here is the logo. The URL quite long. Don't worry. So basically, it is a link. Okay. So basically, for link we have a dedicated tag in HTML that is called anchor tag. Okay, and that is written like this: A, wherever you want to redirect a person, you can give it here. Like if I do like google.com, and if I there was like
Yeah,
help. Yeah.
yeah. You can share me all the pictures in one doc, and then I can share on that on Discord. Is that okay?
Where I should share
Sorry.
on Slack.
No, no. Yeah, just send me the full doc of every pictures, so that I can share with the students on Discord.
It's not. I have not prepared any doc basically.
Just share it here. I'm
So
just share the links there. Okay.
okay, I will share.
Hmm.
So basically, suppose there's an anchor tag. Okay, this is not the URL that the only URL. You can copy paste any URL from the Google. So suppose there is an anchor tag that is suppose you want to help. There is a text called help there. And if I save it, and if you go there, did you see a link here? Help. Yes, no something. There's a link called help, and if you click on it, cannot get google.com because I had given some dot a relative path that should be, I have not saved it. Maybe Let's say copy it from here and paste. And if you click on this thing, let it be local host. So it will redirect to your Google. Okay, do not worry what I have done. It will work for you. For me, there is something. Okay, so this is the work of an anchor tag, but here we don't want to implement any functionality, so we will keep it as empty. Okay, so there are three links there. Basically, there are three links there basically. So what was that link? Help, join us, and sign in. So help, join us, and sign in. And this was not there. So basically, if you go to our page, you can see this thing is visible. But the problem is that this doesn't look nice. So we will be providing a style. Now we will be providing style. So if you give a style, so what is the ID of this navbar? Hash or dot? I want to give a style to this box. Hash or dot? This is an ID. How should I access it? Hash navbar1. Now tell me guys, I want to make it display one after another. Which property we learned now, just now? Display what? We have just learned now. Flex. Yes, Sukhdev, correct. Flex. Yes, Sanjeev, correct. So if you see, because the size is too big, that's why it is not making it visible. So one thing we need to do, that we have to decrease the size of this image, because image is too big and we want it like maybe somewhat like, what do you say, maybe 20 pixel or 30 pixel. So let's give a class as logo to this image, and if we give a style to this image, so height should be maybe 40 pixel. We want it pretty small, and width also we want like 40 pixel. Will that work? It is working. Now, NAV, sorry, I have typed it correct. Is it working now? Right. But the problem is that, did you see that these two things are at the far ends? Between these two things, there is nothing. So there is a property in flex. There is a property in flex where you can justify the content with some property like a space between. I want to make the space, whatever space is there within the components, in between. There should not be anything in between. So if I do it space between, see, my image is on another side and my links are on another side. Now if you go back to our web page, so tell me guys, like, is there any margin on the left and right hand side on our web page? Any kind of margin? Any guesses how much margin we should give? Pixel in pixel. Maybe 50 pixel will work. Let's see. So the one more thing is that this margin is on every box, right? This margin is on every box, like first box, second box, third box, and also on the upcoming box. So can we make a simple, that means this property will be inherited uh, to multiple like tags. So what is that thing we should give, class or ID? When multiple person inherit property, simple property, what should we give? Right, so the class, we should give class, maybe click class as margin, and we will use this. So we want margin left as like 50 pixel and margin right as 50 pixel. Now this navbar should, we should give this class as margin. Now if you see, to visualize it, let's give some border just to visualize. Don't give, okay, pixel solid red. To visualize this, you'll see there is a margin on the left and right hand side. Yes, no, something, right? So basically, we have done our thing. One more thing is there. We have to keep this thing in center. So there's one more property on flex only, align items center. When your flex, remember one thing I am repeating, when your flex is displaying how much pixel, that you have to guess based on your computer size. Okay, maybe for your computer like 50 pixel will be much bigger for your we prefer generally in percentage, but for learning purpose, prefer pixel. How many pixel you want to give, just give it a try. If it is big, decrease it little bit. If it is small, increase it little bit. That's it. So if I do align item center, so it will come into center. There's one more thing, there's a background inside it. So do you know the color, name of the color? Do you know the name of the color? No. So there is a trick. If you are using Google Chrome, click on inspect, go to elements, right click and click on inspect. Then this box will open. Then go to element, find any color inside this style tags. See if there is any color there or not. Color should be there. There is no color. Color. Is there any color? Yeah, color is there. Click on it. It will give you a color picker. Just click on the color which you want to pick. Now this color will appear here where you have clicked earlier. Now copy it from there and paste it where we want to use background color as this. Now this thing is done. Now we have our background color this, but the problem is that this is white. That means this is not our property. To make it our own property, what was the property we want to use? Padding or margin. To make it our own property, that means background color should apply there also. We have to make it our own property. Padding or margin? Padding, right? So basically, instead of margin, give padding. Now if you see, this background color is applying on all sides. Okay. So this photo, we can't do anything. This is white background. That is not our choice, but still leave it as it is. Okay. Now this color is also not according to our website. So help us join us in sign in. Help us join us in sign in. So I have taught you to how can we access the children element. Can you write the syntax in the chat box? How to access the children element of any box with a particular ID? Anyone? I want to access the children of this link. This is my ID. I have called this div, right? And this is my parent. I want to access all the A tag. So just give a space and A. Done. And anchor tags by default comes with a color blue. So and an underline. So there is something that you can remove this color text decoration. Do it as none. So underline removed and color, give it a black, not exactly black, but a little bit of lighter black. Now does it look similar to the Nike webpage? Everyone? Little bit? Not little bit, let 80%. Okay. So everyone, please make this part and give me a confirmation. I will split left or right, right, right. This is your style property, and this is your HTML. Everyone, please complete it. I'll give you 2 minutes will be much more completed and give me confirmation. Sister, please share it on Discord. Everyone, should we proceed now? Yes. Okay, great. So our first navbar is ready. So this was, don't forget to comment so that it will be clear. Style for navbar 1. Style for navbar 1. Now here we will start style for navbar 2. So we will create another box. Dave, give it ID as navbar 2. Right. Now, if you go to our Nike page, see how many boxes are there inside. If I divide it, how many boxes you see? 1, 2, and 3. Is it? How many boxes are there? 3. So inside one box, there are 3 boxes. Yes, yes or no? So should we create 3 boxes now? Okay. So we will be creating 3 boxes now. Inside a box, there will be three boxes. Div, one box. First box was logo. So let it be like box one. Give it box one. Navbar, give it an ID as or ID called, or you can say, yeah, give it an ID as what do you say? Navbar to logo, and inside that we will have a logo. Which tag you should use for logo? IMG, right? Again, we need a logo. So just go to Google, pick any image. This will I will not provide search on Google. Okay, search it on Google and right click and copy path. That's it. So we will copy this image. This image is not looking good. Not good, not good, not good. This looks good. Open image new tab. So that the it's quite big. Copy image address and paste it inside your source tag. Paste it inside your source tag. Okay. Now one box is done. Second box. In second box, we have our links. See, men, women, kids, customized sales, and sneakers. So again, the same thing. What was the tag that we learned for links? A tag, that is called anchor tag. We don't give any location, just give men. We want such like 4 more tags. You can give any logo you want. No, there's no restriction. So tell me what all things was there. First one was men, second one was women. Third one was, I guess, kids. Fourth one was sale. And last one was my favorite, sneakers. How many of you like sneakers? अब तो पसंद कर लो. Second box is ready. If you see, go to the page. Ayo, it is looking really weird because we have not applied styles there. So first create all the 3 boxes, then we will apply styles. Okay. Now tell me, everyone, we have this third box. What is there in the third box? All the 3 components. Name the 3 components in the third box. Which tag we should use for the 3? Which will answer? Who will answer correctly? I will give a big shout out. First one is search input. Second one is a logo. Third one is also a logo. 2 logos and 1 input. Vishwavivek, you did 1 input. Yeah, that's correct. Now input. 1 input. That's correct. Okay. Okay. Great. Now you guys are getting it. Think from a developer point of view. Okay. Divide it in portion. Now clear it. We will be having another box. So give it ID as, what is say, search links. Something relevant you should give. And first one was there in input. Input was there. Type text should be there. Give it an ID as search so that we can apply styles on that. There was one more thing written inside the search box. This search. How can we? There's something written inside the search box. What is that thing? So could they correct? Anyone else? Vishwa, correct. Icon after icon. There's something written in text format. There's a particular attribute for that. What is that attribute called? Man, select is not there. Placeholder, correct. Correct, Aniket, correct, Rishabh, correct, Deepak, correct. Presence of, keep your mind here, rather forgetting quickly. Okay, so placeholder. Placeholder, what was the placeholder? Search. Let's search. Now, so tell me guys, is this logo and this logo quite same? Can we keep it same size? Somewhat same size? Yes, no, something. Yes. So we had already a CSS property logo that we used for our first logo. So can we use it here as well as class logo? Will it work? Yes, no, something. Yeah, so that's correct. We know it's correct. So if you go to our page, and you see our Nike logo is looking quite good. Now the problem is that it is coming in a new line. We want everything in a single line, in a single horizontal line. What is that property? We should give to our Navbar 2. What is that property? Flex. Correct, Sukhdev. Sukhdev is rocking today. Anyone else? Flex. What flex? Display flex. Right. Correct, Ankan. Correct. Display flex. Now it is in same line. Now the problem is that we want to justify it with property called a space, with a space not around, a space between. Between them, the space should be evenly distributed. If you see how things are evenly distributed, and one more thing we need to do, we need what you say, align it to the center. Center, so that it will come on center. We missed one thing. In the third box, we don't have only input. We have two more things. What is that thing? Logos. Two img tag will be there. Right? Now in this thing, I will teach you how to put a image from your local computer. Okay. So there is a website called flaticon.com. I am sending in the chat. Everyone open it. I have sent it to everyone. Please open it. And now see, like which logo we want. A heart. Can you name this logo? What should I search for? Everyone, what should I search for? These two logos, heart and second one, bag. So if you go to this website that I have sent you, heart, if you search, see we have our heart. So you can directly click on it and download it. Download it free, don't go for premium. Premium, we won't need it. What is our second logo? Bag. So which bag do we want? This one? This one looks similar. Download it. And we have it on in our downloads folder. So this thing you have to keep in mind. Go to your respective folder there, make a new folder in where your index.html is there. You can also make a folder here from here. Folder is there, rename it as images. For those folks who are getting confused with this, one thing simple you can do. Just go there, click on it, copy image address. That's it. Copy image address, and you can paste it here. And if you go to our website, this image will be visible. Right. I think you will be confused, so let it be for now. Otherwise, we get confused with the structure. Which was the second logo we needed? Second logo was heart. Copy this image address, go to your page and paste it. This is done, but the problem is that our logo looks a little bigger. So can we do one thing? Can we give the class as logo here as well? Because we have already described, already defined the properties of a logo. This is okay, but it is still little bigger. So let's define a property. Let's give it logo 2 because it is little smaller. Logo 2, and inside a style, define a class called logo 2 with height as maybe 20 pixel will work and width as 20 pixel will work. Search logo, that is not, we are not going to make it because it is a little complex. You might face difficulty in that. We will try to cover it, the important parts. Okay, if time allows, we will cover that part also. Okay. Now, if you go there, our logo is good enough. Looking good enough, right? Now, third box is ready. Second box is also ready, and third box is also ready. Now, is it looking similar? No. Yes, no something. No. How? So what things do we need? We have to divide this component into equal. We have to divide this into equal this thing into equal sections. So how much percentage do you think we should give? 33%, right? So let's remove everything. This thing. Now we want to divide things, okay? So what do we want to divide? This thing. Navbar to logo, first thing. Navbar to logo, that was our ID. That was our ID, I guess. Yeah, it was our ID. Second thing, we haven't given anything about two links. Give it an about two links as an ID. Was not working. Navbar to logo. Yeah. Navbar to logo. Navbar to links. This is another concept that you should know, that you can give a single property to multiple IDs or class in a one go. Just put comma. Now all those three, I want to give a width of 33%. To visualize it, give it a border. Let's see, border of 1 pixel solid red. Is it equally distributed? Yes, no something. Right. So basically, we have divided given 33% everything and every box, and we have divided, like, say, yeah, equally to everything. So now what all things do we need to improve? This thing, we want to give margin as well. So for margin, where was the margin? We can use this class, this, because it has been already declared, and repeating things will not be a good thing. So we can give it a class as margin. Now it comes somewhat near to that. The logo is not looking good. I don't know. You guys can search for a good logo and paste it there. Don't worry. Now there is, do you see some space above this thing? Above this neighbor, white space. Below this and white, below this neighbor and above this neighbor, white space. So what is that thing we should give? Margin or padding? Padding. So margin in the left we have given, and top bottom we want to give padding. So where is our neighbor 2? Here. Padding top on pixel should give. How many pixels? Any guess? 20 pixel. Yeah, that will work. Padding bottom also 20 pixel. You see, now we have some gap between the upper navbar and the below navbar. Now this blue looking thing, we don't want to look like blue. So which is our anchor tag, this navbar to links. And we want to make it ID navbar to links and the anchor tag, the children of that navbar to links, that is your anchor tag, and remove this text decoration to none and the colors make it black. It is looking little good. Now what all things do you think that is missing? Color is good. See this thing and see this thing. What is missing? Some space, some gap. Yes, Sudhanshu, correct. So can we give some space left and right? Yes, no. So inside this, we can give some margin. Left as suppose 10 pixel and margin right also as 10 pixel. And can we make the font size a little larger? I don't know, it is looking good. Now it is looking good. Yes, no, something. So now the third box is missing. Third box is, we need our attention. Right? Third box need our attention. So what should we do to the third box? Can we make it display flex as well? This ID search links. Wherever you want to add the property, give it, sorry, make it display as flex. Make it display as flex. And what all things we need to give? Justify it. We know we want it at the end, so justify it as the flex end. So it will look like it will go there. Okay. And one more thing we need to do, we need to give some spacing between that thing. So logo to, where was logo to? Height width was there. Margin we can give, margin left we can give like what do you say, 10 pixel. I think some spacing will be there. Spacing is there now. And do you think that this search, our search box and this search box looks similar? Yes, no. That doesn't look like. So we can increase the width of this search box. Have we given some ID? We have given some ID as search. So give it maybe height of, let's say 30 pixel. And to make it curl, there is something called border radius. So currently it is in a square section or rectangle type. Okay. So make the border edges little curved. There is a property called border radius. So if you give some border radius, maybe 15 pixel will work, I guess. So it should be looking like this. Does it look quite similar? Right. So now, if I give some padding, left and right, I guess how much? 20 pixel padding. Sorry, right. I have already given left also 20 pixel. Looks good. A little bit, but looks good. And align these items and center. Good. And also you can increase the font size of this. Font size a little large, not large, maybe like 15 pixel. I think it will work. That should work. Now it looks quite similar to this page. The logo is, I know the logo we got somewhat, but it's not good, but just looks similar. Right. Now there is a third box we have, which is that this box. This is pretty simple. This box is pretty simple. So save up to 40%, stop all our new markdowns that we want to make. So sorry, clear the drawings. So good. Now comment it everywhere so that it will make a difference. This was Navbar 2, Navbar part 2. And this will be your Navbar. Where here I'm closing. Okay. Here will be your Navbar part 3. So basically, in our Navbar part 3, there is only a single box. Give it as ID as Navbar 3. Now, tell me, like, can we give heading? Can we use H1 tag here for free delivery and this text? Which H1 tag? H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. What? H1 will be quite bigger. H4, yes, Raj. H4 will be good. I guess. Let's try. Let's try H4. Let's see what was the text. Students H1 or H5. Students now get free delivery. Let's try free delivery. Free delivery. And the second text should be, I think H6 will be good. What was the text that is rolling out? Let it be shop all our new markdowns. Shop all our new markdowns. So now if we go to our page, is it looking good? Is it looking good? Yes, no. No. So same thing. We need to do it here as well. So third navbar property we have to check. So navbar 3, ID was navbar 3. Comment it everywhere. Navbar portion 3. We designing now. Give ID as navbar 3. And now, so make it display as flex because it will be easy to make it center, right? And we can justify content center. It looks good, but the problem is that it is side by side. So now there is one more property which I have told you, that we can reverse the direction of flex. That is, we can reverse the direction from row to column by writing flex direction column. If you save it, now it is like flex direction column. But here we will be align items center. Align item, sorry, we are not given any properties, center, align item center. One thing I want to tell you, you can see that H1 and this is H1, sorry, this is H4 and this one is H6. Okay, so few tags in HTML like p tag, h tag comes with a default margin. Do you see that how much margin it has on the top and the bottom? It comes with a defined margin, predefined margin that you have not given, but it is there. So it is not that you cannot do anything with that. Okay, you can make it, you can override it. How you can override it? How you can override it? So we want to access navbar 3. Which children I want to access? H4. H4 I want to access. Navbar 3, H4, and I want to give margin as 0. I don't want any margin. Now this margin has gone. Now the same thing we need to do with H6 as well. This H6 as well. Margin gone. By default, it came with like 10 pixel, maybe 15 pixel margin. And we explicitly told him that we don't want any margin. Don't give me any margin. The same thing here also in navbar part 3. The class will be what all class we have given, the margin will be there, so that it will be a padding left and right, and background color is similar to the first one, this one. See, here's my background color here. If you look at it, it is there good, but there is an issue. It is quite sticky. There's no space in up and down. Okay. So one thing we can give padding on all sides as 10 pixel, maybe. Now it looks good, right? But the upper portion is looking little big. So we can reduce the navbar 2. Where was our navbar 2? Padding top, give it 10 pixel. That will be much better. Now it is good. Reload it. Now it is good. Now see people, our navbar is ready. Our navbar is ready, yes or no? So I want you guys to do till this point. and I'm sending this file. Uh, Please, we will send you in the Discord channel. You can get it on the Discord channel. Just a minute. Let it upload. Till that point, uh, 60, please send that file to Discord channel. Until that point, please, guys, everyone, do this part. Open with split, right. This is your CSS part, and this is your HTML part. The third Navbar part. The code I have been shared in the Discord. You can refer that and do not copy but refer. Okay. Once you are done, please give me a confirmation. Till that point, if anyone having doubt can ask in anything. Of course, you can do more work on them. I will give you a wide perspective. Okay. Important portions. You will have like 2 hours of buffer time. There you can complete the project, and if you want to do some extra stuff on that thing, you can do that. Okay. When can we have recording videos? Once this session end, after few time, maybe 1 or 2 hours, it will be uploaded, and you will get the link. I guess, yeah, it will be available. Do not worry. Till that point, focus on this thing and complete it. Okay. Don't put it for later. Okay. Don't think that I will do it later. Don't know. Okay. Do it right now. I have sent the code. It will be available in Discord channel. You can refer that as well. Yes, Sudhanshu, you can add hover in CSS. We are not going that deep. We will be covering basics so that we can complete the web page. If time allows, if we have time remaining, please remind me. We will cover a few extra things also. Okay. First, complete the important parts. Do not copy paste. Discord codes are not working. Do not copy paste. I have sent the complete file there. Okay. Just a minute. Hey, Sesti, did you send the file on Discord? I think it should not be. Do not worry, it will be available at the, even it is not available now, it will be available at the end. Okay. Try to complete it on your own first. Of course, you can get the code. Don't worry, I will give you at the end, not now. I have sent her, but the file is not there. Navbar 3 code is here. HTML part is here, and the CSS part is Navbar 3 here. I have commented everything so that it will be easy for you to refer. Navbar to CSS code is here. Navbar to here is Navbar to CSS code. For Navbar 3 I have written first. Navbar to CSS code is here. But still you can, do not worry if you have something remaining. Leave it for now. We will now move on to our next portion. Okay. So everyone at least completed 50%. At least 50%. At least 50% done. Navbar to CSS part is here. Here is your Navbar to CSS part. Of course, it will take time, little time to understand things. If you even if you understand 10%, 20% of the thing, that means you are successful. Don't think, okay. Don't think that you have not learned. Nothing comes without any hard work. Should we move on to the next portion? So basically in this page, in Nike page, there's a video. Okay, so video, we are not gonna make it there because the issue is that it was shared, the image which was shared with you that we are gonna make was this one, right? Give me a confirmation. Yes. Right. So basically this is much better from learning point of view. So we will try to stick to this thing. Okay. So now if you divide this thing, again, think from a developer point of view. If you divide this thing, this is sorry, clear it. To divide this thing, is this a complete box? Yes. Inside that we have 3 images. 1, 2, oh, sorry, what is happening? 2 and 3 images. This is one component. We will not look at other components below it. Okay, first complete it, this thing. So every image is one next to other. So what do you think, which property should apply there? Which property? Flex. Display flex. Yes, Vivek, that's correct. Vinod, correct. Sanjeev, correct. That's correct. So let's proceed and make our page little interesting. Looking little blank or something like really empty. So now there is one more box we need to create. So what name should we give to the box? Image cards, that will work. Image cards, something like this. Right. So for creating box, create a div. Give it an ID as maybe, what is it? Image cards. Let it be image card. How many images it had? 3 images. Yes, no, something. So image image. Now the problem is that where will we get that image? Go to the Nike website. We don't have that size image here. I think this image should work. It is not an image, it's a link that will not work. Go to the main section. I hope we will find an image. Open image in new tab. Let's see what kind of image it is. Oh, it is a complete full image. We don't want that. Do we have an image? This image. Open image in new tab. Yeah, this will work. So copy this image address. Paste it. Save it. We need two more images. Copy image address. Paste it here. Third image, copy image address and paste it here. Let's remove it for now. We don't need it. We paste it here. Now, if you go to our page, is it looking good? Yes, no, something. So, bolo. No. Which property we should give? Display flex. So inside which, what was the ID? Image cards. Don't do spelling mistakes, otherwise it will not work. If you are, if it is not working, you might be doing some a spelling mistake. Suppose if I remove S from this card, it will not work. It should be exactly similar. Image card display as flex. And also we want margin same as Navbar. So class, we will use the same class that we have already created. Now it is there, but the size of the image is quite large. What should we do? Divide it in three boxes. So how much should be the percentage? 33%. But we need some margin in between as well. So should we keep it 32%? 32% will be better, right? So what all things do we need? So image cards, we access the parent and we want to access the children. Image card, here is on. Yeah, we want the image children and width we want to give is 32%. Now it is looking good and we want to give space between. So justify this content as space between. It is looking good, right? But see, there's the image you are looking at. Where is our image? It has some curve at the edges, right? So what was that property we used here in yes, Sanjeev, that's correct. Here your input box, Deepak Sharma correct, Sudhanshu correct, you guys are learning. We should be correct. Anyone else? We used it in our search box, that property to make it curve. What was that property? Border. I give you a hint. Border what? Yusuf correct. Anyone else? It was border radius. So you can give a border radius of what? Maybe 10 pixel or 15 pixel. Maybe 15 pixel will look good. Now it looks good. Looking good. Now our page is looking little complete. Nice. Is there any border also there? There was a border also, I guess black. Give some border as well. I think we should give some border as well. Border maybe 1 pixel solid, not crack. Let's give gray. Looks good. Nice. Our third 1, 2, 3, 4th box is complete. Now check here this image. Again, think from a developer point of view. This is our next box. Yes or no? Yes or no? This is our next box. Inside that we have few text written. So for that thing we can use p tag or h tag, whatever we want, right? So let's do it. Make another box. So what is that tag we need to make our box? Make it, give it a name, some additional text. Additional text. What is that tag we need to make a box? Div. Yes, Sudhanshu, correct. Div. Yes, Sanjeev, correct. Give it an ID as additional text. Additional text. Now inside that there were 3 lines of text. There were 3 lines of text. If you see, there are 3 lines of text. This is one. Why this? Remove it. This is one. This is two. And this one is 3. 3 lines of text are there. So we can use 3 P's. 3 P's. What was written there? The ACG guide 2. The ACG guide 2. Now the second thing, find your outdoor adventure. Find your outdoor adventure. What was the last thing? P tag, we already have created one. There's a big text. Can someone write and send me in the chat? I don't want to do the hard work. Anyone? Suppose H1, you guys are saying, please take H1. Let's take H1. Of course, we can take H1 as well. Yeah, but the size we want little larger, more larger. Okay, I will stick to H1. Text we want here. Can you give me the text? Anyone? So I'm not gonna write that text. Okay. So in HTML, there is something for dummy text. Okay. So I will tell you. Focus it here. Okay. See what I'm writing. So write LOREM, and after that, someone has sent Priti Patel. Thank you very much. I will use that, but I will tell you one thing. If you want some dummy text, there is something provided in HTML. Type lorem, and after that, provide number of words you want. Suppose I want 20 words. Okay, everyone, focus it here. Lorem and type 20. If you hit enter, it will give you 20 words of text. I don't know what is the meaning of this. God knows what is the meaning. I think something is Spanish or something is there. But this is the way you can have dummy text. Okay. So Kriti has provided. Arshad also has provided. So I will use any one of them. I'm not able to copy it. Why? Oh, copy. Is it so? Chat से copy नहीं कर सकते क्या? Yeah, copied it. Okay, I will send it to all. Everyone in the meeting. Hope everyone got it. Now, what is the fourth thing we have in our box? What is this thing? Shop, SHOP. Let's look at the original website. I have button. There is something called shop. See, what is this thing? Yeah, correct, Arshad. Correct, Sanjeev. Sudhanshu, correct. This is a button. So let's create a button there. Button shop. Our frame is ready. And now we will have to give some property to it. So this additional text ID, give it a property, additional text ID, additional text. What ID? Display as, make it display as flex. What will be the direction of display? Flex direction, row or column here. Row or column? Column, correct? Sanjeev, correct? Vinod, correct? Rishabh, correct? Sumant, correct? It will be column. It is one by one, one after another. Sudhanshu, correct? It's one after another, one below another, right? So the direction will be column, flex direction column, and just make it something, everything, justify content, make it in center, and align items also in center. We want everything exactly in center. So now we have our thing in center, but the problem, same problem arises here as well. By default, HTML provides some margin to its p tag and h1 tag. What should we do for this? What we have done here, make margin as 0 pixel, right? We can make the margin as 0. So did you see something inside our image? If you see our image, this Nike homepage image, we have these two texts, this one, and this one is of same size. Yes or no? Right. So can we give what do you say? Can we give a common class name to both of them? Let's give a class name. Class name, so small text, and this one was big text, right? So class big text, and this one was also small text, small text. Now we want to reduce the margin of this, the small text and big text as well. So margin, reduce the margin. So it is a class. So text, comma, big text, marginals, make it 0. It got chipku, it became chipku, something little chipku, right? That we didn't want. So what should we give? Anything? Padding? Little bit of padding we can give. It became chipku. Padding, give let's say 5 pixel will work. We don't want to make it chipku. Is it okay? It is okay. Now there was one more thing. See, we have a gap between these two boxes of around like 20 pixel. So we can provide an additional gap of margin top of what to say, maybe 30 pixel. Yeah, that is good enough, right? Button background color should be black. Yeah, we are getting there. We are getting there. Now this big text font size should be much greater. So this big text, big text font size should be let it be how much, 50 pixel. Let's check how it looks. Looks good. Yeah, looks good. Does it look good? Yes, no, something. Now one thing we have left with, the last thing. One thing we are left with. What is that thing? We should be bold. So font, for making bold, there is a font weight called maybe bolder, bold. It is bold now, right? So one last thing is remaining. So till that point, please complete till this point, everyone. So I'm showing on the screen the last box portion, the image card as well as the split right. This is your additional text and this is your image card, and the CSS of that is here. Additional text is here and the image card is here. Image cards is here and the additional text is here. Everyone do it and give me a confirmation. We will get into that. Okay, few things are remaining. Just complete this thing. Image card, additional text, the CSS property is here. Complete it and give me a confirmation once you are done. For that point, I am pausing the recording. Can we change the font family? Of course, we can change the font family. How to get the images from Nike websites? Go to Nike website. Here's the Nike website. Right click on any image you want and copy the image address. Simple. Everyone complete till this point and give me a confirmation once you are done. I got only 2, 3 done. This is what are others doing? Waiting for the code. Do at least, you should be able to do at least 50 to 60%. Don't worry, you will have a session where IEs will be there to help you. In use session, I will provide you extension of this problem, not problem, the web page. If you have completed whatever I have like taught to you till this point, if you have completed that, then only go to the that portion. Okay. Other than if you have not completed, complete it first. Yes, there will be a U portion. Everyone, please quick, be fast. Navbar to CSS, please. Navbar to CSS is here. Here is your Navbar to. One more minute. Should we proceed now? Should we proceed further? Okay, I'll give you 5 more minutes. Complete it fast, guys. Till that point, if anyone having any doubt, you can ask. Of course, we have used h1 tag, but h1 tag gave us the font size that was a little small. That's why we overrided that property and make it a little bigger. Any other doubt? No doubt. Sir, can I use SVG instead of image? Yes, of course you can use SVG as well. A similar thing. At the end for 10 minutes, I will explain you the Flexbox. And there is a very famous game that I'll give you a link. Play it, you will understand the Flexbox very well. Yes, of course. What all things have been taught here was a basic of HTML CSS and some important tags and CSS properties that we were going to use in developing the Nike homepage. Okay. Once you join at Masai, everything will be taught you in detail. Navbar to HTML part, there is nothing in the Navbar to HTML part. Should we proceed now? That's not something. You studied at least 50% of HTML. If you start practicing, you will get 100% on your own. HTML is a kind of practicing thing. You cannot learn tags every time. There are thousands of tags available. So our web page is almost ready. One more thing is left. What was that thing? Look at the page. What is that thing that is left? Does our button look good? Similar? It should look round. So we should give the property to our button. Where is our button? Button is here. So inside additional text, ID, which children I want to access, which child, button. Now tell me, for making it a curve, what property we used earlier? Which property? Yes, correct, Deepak. Sudhanshu, correct. Shreyas, correct. Correct, Rishabh. Ankan, correct. Shivangi, correct. Neha, correct. Not only radius, which radius? Rajiv, correct. Sanjeev, correct. Vinod, correct. So now lots of guys are now learning things very well. Okay. So this is how you will be learning. Okay. Once you start practicing it again and again, using again and again, everything will be clear. So what was that thing? Border, radius. How much radius we should give? Anything? Pixel, 15 pixel. Will that work? Okay, 15 pixel. That's your choice. Let's see. Our border is good. Button is looking good. But there is some cozy there. There's sticky. Give it a margin. Top side as, what do you say, like 15 pixel. Yeah, good. Button should be little bigger. Can we make it little bigger? How can we make it little bigger? Padding. Padding we can give like 10 pixel. It looks good, but the border radius decreased. So we have, sorry, not margin. The border radius we will have to increase it a little bit. Oh, it is looking a little bit goly. So padding top you can give what you say. I have told you one clockwise rule. Have you seen something? That first top comes, what do you say? Top 10 pixel. Then comes left. Sorry, right. Right, we want to give 15 pixel. Then comes bottom, which comes 10 pixel, and then again 15 pixel. This is the sequence. Still, we need to increase a little bit, make it 20 pixel. Otherwise, it will look goily. Now it's look good. The font size also we should increase. Font size, let it make 20 pixel. Oh no, 15 pixel will be better. It is looking good. What is the thing left? Color. Which color? Button color. Background. Background color. Should I give black? There is a recommendation. Don't use exactly complete black anywhere in your website. That irritates your eyes. So, oh, our button has changed, but the shop is gone. What happened? What should we do? Change the color to what? White? Now it looks good. Page is okay, okay. Good, good. This image also, I guess, we can put it into, we can give reduce intensity. I can reduce the image size. Width we can give 32%. Make it 31%. Still, so our home page is complete. Yes, no something. Does it look beautiful in just 1 or I think 2 hours? So this part is this part as V part. Okay. So your in upcoming like 2 or 3 hours session, IES will be there and they will help you out. I will give you a U portion. Okay. U portion will be there to make it. But first of all, you have to complete this. What you say this much what I have. Uh, I will provide you the code for reference, but don't just copy paste it. Refer it, but yeah, I will share it. Okay, refer it for your learning. Don't just copy paste it, otherwise you will not learn anything. Talking about you person, which portion you can make. Now our navbar is ready. So system this stuff. Okay. So let's make it. Mm, uh, which portion? Can you make this portion? Those who have completed till what I have told. Can you make this portion? I will give you this much. Yes, no, something. Can you make it? Those who have completed whatever I have taught till now, only then go to the U portion. Okay, I will put a screenshot of this and let's take a screenshot of whatever things are there. So, I will post it in the channel. Just I don't expect you to make it like a round like this. Even a square image will work out. Okay, don't worry. I don't need perfection. What happened? Let's say 4. Yeah, done. Where is that image gone? Screenshot. Which one was there? Start. So Srishti will share it on Discord. Okay, Srishti, please share this on Discord. Those who have completed uh, this part, what to say, can move to the view portion. Okay. I'm also sharing the source code. We have how much time left in our lunch? We have 10 minutes left. So I will tell you one thing. Give you an link. Flexfloggy.com. There's a game. If you want to learn Flexbox, you can refer this as well. It will be available on Discord as well. So I will tell you how to play. So see, this is your frog, and this is your what you have to reach there. Okay. So display flex. See which property it is asking for. Justify content. Justify content. Justify content. Where? Flex end. Flex end. It is there. Got it. So this is a funny game. Play it and share your feedback as well. This has been provided on the Discord, I guess. Again, I'm repeating, those who have completed this part, only those will move to the U portion. Okay. Other guys will complete this part and then you will be moving to the U portion. This part is mandatory. So basically, we have made till now uh, the first part of the web page, and the remaining part of the web page is quite similar. Okay. So if you go, we can just copy paste this thing. You copy paste this thing, the complete part. Just copy it and paste it here. Okay. Now, here we want only one image. So if you let's name this like image card 2, and let's rename this as well. Okay. So if you remove this thing, so if you go there and see, we have something a big image. Okay, but we want which image? This image. So just copy the address, and what we will do, we will paste it here. If we save it, if you see, we have our image. We have our image at place. Okay. The design was quite similar. So the text you can change whatever text you want, and suppose the text is like in peg with trust. So just change this text. So this is it. Okay. So now we'll be focusing on the footer part. So this is a footer part. Okay. So for that, if you go and see, so we can divide this into two components. Like first this one, and second one this one. So let's make it. So first it will be a part of footer. Let's name box 1. Give it a div, give it ID as footer box 1. Now inside this footer, we have like text. Okay, one is heading, another text are like simple text. So for that, here also we can divide this thing in how many components. Like one component is there, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, for every component we will make 4 boxes out of it. Okay, so let's make div 4 div we want 4 divs, so let's make 4 divs. So inside that div, we have what we have like this text: men's shoes, men's clothing. So let's give a like first one was h, what is it, h, h3 will work, h4, let's give h4, men's clothing. You can just copy paste it everywhere. Now if you go to our webpage what we have made, it is there, but it should be in a, what is say, in a single row. So let's make it that way. So ID was like footer, okay, footer box 1. So display, let's make it display as flex. This will look quite good, but not that good. So let's justify content as space around. That looks quite good, but the issue is that it's too far. So let's make it a little closer. So you can give what is it, a width, maybe 70%. It came a little closer, but we want it in center. So let's give margin as auto. Now it is in center, and top side we want like a 40 pixels, something like this. We have something like this. Now inside that we had few extra text as well. So for that we can take like mm, p tag that will work. So what was the text there? Men's lifestyle shoes, all men's shoes. So I will use a single text there. Men's lifestyle uh, all men shoes. Let's give some random text out there. What was the text out there? Men's running shoes, men's football. Men's running shoes and football shoes. So just copy paste this thing. You can change the text later on. We will not invest time on text content. It looks good, similar, quite similar like this. So now what has left? The footer box, the last part of the footer box. Footer box 2. So for that also, let's make a box. with give it ideas footer for two. So we'll make a new box, footer box two, and for that also, if you see what we can do, if you go to the home page, key.com, go to the home page, we have few boxes out there. Okay, now if you think from a developer perspective, see, we can divide this box into like this can be one box and this can be one box. This can be one box, and inside that there can be another one box and one more box. Also inside this there can be one box. This can be another box. This can be also another box. So we will work accordingly. So if we support our div, we want two boxes. We want two boxes. Let's give it a class as box one. Give it a class as box two. Now one thing, inside box one we have three more boxes. So inside box one we will make three more boxes. We have three more boxes, and inside this we have like some text, so like h4, like find a store, become a member, like all those things. Find store h4, become a member h4, what all text, sign up, student discount, send us feedback, sign up, student discount, and send us feedback. Send us feedback. So inside this we have five things, and now again inside the remaining two boxes, the text is quite similar to this thing. The text content is only different. So if we can use it there also to get help about Nike and all those things are there. Get help about Nike. And inside box two, we have some images, logos. Okay, the four images we have. So we will be using this as well four times. Now let's search for a logo there. So for that, the same website we will go. Like what was that? Flat icon, not this one. Flat icon was there. Search for Facebook, remove it, Facebook. If you go, we have a Facebook logo. Open it, copy image address, paste it here. Now what will we need? We need like Instagram. Mm, I think this logo will work. image address and paste. So again, I'm pasting the same image here. You can search and use whatever image you want. Now our box is ready. Like our box is ready, but the issue is that we haven't given any design. It looks good, but not that good. Okay. So first thing first, what do we want to do with this ID photograph tool? We want to make it display as flex. So let's give footer box 2. It was an ID. So let's make it display as flex. It is looking good, but not that good. So again, inside that also we want this thing as flex also. So if we give class, this class is a class. So for one, we want to make it display as flex as well. Now it looks good, but the image size is quite large, and also justify content as flex and or not flex end, like a space between. So it will go at the farther end. And now in box 2, the image of box 2, give box 2 the image of box. So we want to access the image of box 2, and width we want to keep it like let's say 20 pixels. It is looking good, but not that good. Let's make it little bit larger. 30 pixel will work, I guess. Yeah, it works. And let's give a margin of, let's say, we don't want margin at the top, we want margin left side and right side 10 pixels. It's good. Now if we want something called, we want to give it a kind of width. Okay, so width can be like let's consider like 50%. Let's check how it works. For checking, let's give a border is 1 pixel solid red. To check how it looks good, but we have to justify the content here as well. To justify content space, let's say space around. Now it is looking good, pretty good. And also padding we will be providing to this picture, padding of like say 20 pixels so that everywhere is there, and the background color will be black. But the problem is that if we provide background color black, it has everything wrong. Okay, so now text color should be what it is, white. Text color should be white, but our logo has gone to white because our logo was in white, black color. So we can do one thing. We can use some white color logo. If we edit this, uh, let's check if we have some white color logo or not. Let's Google it. Sorry. So Facebook logo. So if we go to images and if we try to copy any which logo we should take so that it will work fine. Let's do one thing. Instagram, we have some colorful logos as well. So we can take this logo as well. It should work fine. Let's check if it is working fine or not. It's not working fine. The logo is in black color. So it is working fine. So same thing we can do with Facebook and other stuff as well. So let's pick out Facebook logo as well. So we can take this logo, copy email address, and just paste it here. So similar way, you can paste whatever logo you want here, and we will copy paste the same thing. So our focus is the design purpose, not the content. Now to look a little bit quite similar to this thing. So the problem is that we have something like this, but the color of the key text is quite different. So for that, what we can do? So inside this class box one, we can give a class to this. P, whatever text we want to make it color as. We can give a class, let's give gray. Give a class as gray, and gray color we want font size small we want, and the color we want somewhat gray. If we go and look good, and we should remove our what is it, the border. Now it will be fine. It is looking good. Now one thing left, the bottom part. There was what do you say, another box. There was another box inside this, what is it, box 3. Let's give it a box name as box 3. Class has box 3. Inside that we have another 2 boxes, and in that box we have some text content. We have key tag and the text content is there, and also we have a logo and another text content is there like Hindu. Location is Hindu. So for location also we will search the same thing. Location. So for location we have something good looking. You can figure this. Let's copy the image address and paste it. So now we have things in place, and one more div is there, and for that we have something, some text like guides, terms and service. Like we can use p tag there, guide, terms of service, and over there terms of sale, policy, terms of sale. The text is quite smaller, so let's give a class name here. Class is box 3 text, and also here also uh, we start styling this box 3 id, sorry, class is there, 3 box 3 is there, so display will be flex, and justify content space. If you go there on our original website, it will not look that good. So let's make it look good. So the image, this div should also be in what is it? In flex, display as flex. So box B, B display as flex, and box 3 into image. Let's give width height like 20 pixel, little smaller we want is there. Box 3, but there is something, some issue there. This box will come out of this, the first Navbar. This box will come out of this person. Now it looks quite good, but we have to give little effort on this. So if we want to style it, the color should be white. First, so box, there is our box, box 3, there was text, and the box 3, the color is white by default, and as Spanish, why? Because we have one given background color as black. Now the background color looks good, and one more thing we want to give padding, top bottom we want to give padding, and left right we want to give padding at 40 pixels. Okay, and now again we want to keep this, give it a class name as what is say container one, and give it a class name as container 2. So we will define the width of this thing in part, and container 1 width will be, let's say, maybe 40%, and we can, this also we can give a width of container 2 as 40%, and display flex specify content as space around, we can say, or space between. It looks good, but we can do, so we have to decrease the space and the width. So let's keep it 30%, 330%. Looks good, quite good, but not that good. So let's decrease a little bit more. It looks good, but not that good. Yeah, it is good. You have to decrease the size of the text. So this text will also come like the same class. as box detail. Again, here also as box free text, and box free text we want in we want color as gray, and size font size small. That's good. And also the image height we want to be defined, so that will look the pixel will be good. We want to give margin for the top, give it margin top and pixel, so that it is in the line. So our footer is complete. It's looking good, as you can see. So this way you can complete the complete web page. The bottom middle part is everything is quite similar, images and text, everything is quite similar. So we have completed the footer part as well. So it was the complete web page we have done, the home page. So that was it. Thank you guys.